Thank you so much for tuning into Journey with Christian podcast today, guys. We are so excited because we're going to be talking about 5 things you can do today to achieve your goals. So like I mentioned, we're obviously January, everybody starts out very strong with going out there, goals, ambitions, and some individuals do not actually write down their goals and dreams. And this is something that, again, this is where I would suggest really focusing on, being intentional. Every single day is a new day, going out there and achieving it. So we're going to get right into it. There is a lot more to achieving any goal than just having the goal, but it is a first step. You may wonder how some people seem so great at achieving their goals while other people aren't so good at it. Part of the reason why some people fail is that they do not have a specific goal, one that is clear and focused. In addition, they do not have a schedule of action to actually work toward achieving the goal. In order to meet any goal, start doing these 5 things today. 1. Craft clear, specific, and doable goals. For any goal to be achievable, it must first be clear and very specific. But it also must be possible. You do want to challenge yourself a bit and set the goal high, but you want to ensure that any goal you set is possible. Therefore, you will need to do a little research in order to set a goal. For instance, let's say your ultimate goal is to lose, 50 pounds. Obviously, anyone who needs to lose 50 pounds and sets their mind to it can do so. But they can't and shouldn't do it in 1 month. So an unreasonable goal is, I want to lose 50 pounds in a month. Instead, a more reasonable and doable goal is to state, I want to lose 50 pounds in, let's say, 30 weeks. This is in line with health recommendations not to lose more than 2 pounds per week and gives you a little cushion for plateaus and other issues. Number 2, each goal needs set actionable tasks. Additionally, any goal that you really want to meet needs to have the why and the how included with the what of the goal. In the example above, you want to lose 50 pounds in 30 weeks, which will be a little less than 2 pounds per week. You'll need to look at your diet, compute the number of calories you should consume and the amount of exercise you need to see those results. Thankfully, today there are online calculators to help you determine this easily. But let's say that you determine that if you consumed 1,800 calories a day and walked for 20 minutes each day, you would achieve your goal that you set within the time limit. So, now you need to include planning your meals and fitting the exercise necessary to reach your goal. But because of the research you did, you know exactly what is needed to be successful with the goal you set. You can see a clear path to success just by going further and adding these actionable tasks. Eat 1,800 calories a day, walk fast for 20 minutes per day. Seeing that in black and white, you can see that it's very doable and achievable. But there are a few more steps necessary to achieve your goal. Now, before we get into the third one, I want to kind of foot stomp this because this is something that I find with a lot of people. Some people think, oh my gosh, we write down your goals, these dreams, ambitions, they're very big. 50 pounds, how is that even possible? And sometimes we get scared. And by getting scared and by being fearful and by thinking that it's not even possible, or the belief that it's not even possible, stops us from even going out there and trying. And so by bringing this and working backwards, I have 50 pounds that I need to lose, but by bringing it back and saying, okay, if I eat, 1,800 calories a day, walk fast for 20 minutes per day, you start realizing, oh, wow, I can do this. One of my biggest things is I want to publish almost 100 pieces of content every single day. Well, how do I do that? Well, by making a 10-minute video on Mondays and then taking that 10-minute video and diverting it into smaller pieces and chunks and pushing it out and already automating a lot of my Facebook content and automating my Instagram. So the whole point is you got to work backwards. These massive goals, how do you do that? Well, you just disintegrate that into smaller bits and chunks so then it's more bite-sized. Schedule everything. Number 3, do not leave anything to chance. Instead, schedule in the work necessary to reach your goals into a real calendar. Writing the list isn't good enough. You need to schedule in everything so that you don't miss a single day due to losing track of your schedule. You'll need time to eat healthier, which requires more chopping and cooking, and you'll need time to fit in the exercise, which is going to really take more than 20 minutes due to prep time and recovery time. You need to be realistic about how long each thing will take and schedule them into your day properly. Now, I'm one of those individuals that I like a very flexible day. My wife is, on the other hand, very, very articulate and identify with what she needs to accomplish that single day. And she is very good at obviously being very focused. Every single hour, every single minute is basically designated. I, on the other hand, a little bit more flexible in my strategy. I just know what I need to accomplish, and then I go out there and do it. And then obviously throughout the day, I prioritize what needs to be done. But obviously in the morning, I try to be very focused in accomplishing those bigger goals and those bigger tasks. Number 4, one of the biggest things I can foot stomp: take action. No goal will ever be achieved if regular action isn't taken each day, each morning. Look at your calendar and follow through on the plans that you've made and the criteria you've set for yourself to get things done. All you have to do is the minimum necessary each day to reach your goal. When you get through each day having done the minimum, you're a success each and every single day. There is nothing else that can be the result of daily action other than success when you think of it this way. Action, guys, just take action. Put one step in front of the other, and making it happen. Repeat. This is something that I have learned from this realization. It's not sexy, but it's so necessary. The word consistency. Repeat. Finally, you'll need to repeat these steps every single day. When you make very specific and clear goals with very specific steps to achieving the goal based on reality, you will soon discover the secret to success that seems to escape so many people. The real secret is in the doing. It's like going on a long hike. If you take one step at a time, moving in the direction of the map that you've planned out for yourself, you will get to the end and you will be a success. Reaching your goals is just a matter of setting reasonable and realistic goals, and then setting up a schedule of actionable tasks and steps that bring about the end result you want. You can start today to achieve your goals. You have to be very focused. You have to go out there and be visionary and see what's possible. I think it is extraordinarily possible of what's in today's age, what you can accomplish within a year. I always look at it this way, and it's just a perspective. I always find it very interesting when you have a perspective change. Someone told me this really cool, interesting story. He said, if you had 10 years, and you knew on the 10th year you were actually going to die, and you had 10 years to live, like you knew, boom, that's it. That's all I have. What would you accomplish in 10 years? See, what happens then is that gives you a perspective in saying you do not waste, you do not spend, you do not just let your time fly. You are very focused with your time and where you spend your time. Whether that's investing with your family, whether that's investing with your friends, whether that's investing in your business, whatever it is, then what happens is you designate and you're very intentional with it. And that's one of the biggest things that I kind of want to foot stomp is, guys, when you're building and developing these goals, being very intentional with developing it every single day, going out there and being consistent with that. I know consistency is one of the things that I have struggled with. I've realized in my when building a business and when going out there and just doing what I need to do, I realized every 2 weeks is I can push it, and then all of a sudden, for some odd reason, after the 2 weeks, I'm just dead. And I think a lot of times is because I go all in, and then all of a sudden I don't, it's not a good balance. And I need a balance so that I can stay and stay consistent longer. And so that's what I've realized for myself specifically. So like, for example, a few months back, I would spend a ridiculous amount of time because I had to publish a lot of content, and I would be on all the platforms, and it was just like, how do I do all this? I don't have a team. I don't know how to do it. Then all of a sudden I said, hey, what about, and I would be focused for 2 weeks, and then I would be off, and I didn't do anything for the longest time. But then I started realizing, you know what? Instead of making it a huge ordeal, what if, I don't have to research a topic and have a conversation. I can just go Facebook Live and just talk about something and relate to people about an experience that I've had, a story that I've experienced. Well, that's not a big issue because I didn't spend ridiculous amount of time every single day researching the topic, learning the best thing about that, and then all of a sudden having to go Facebook Live and blah, blah, blah. Also, Facebook, you got all these tools and systems that help you schedule posts out to infinity, really. And so that also has helped me kind of, with Facebook and Instagram, automate scheduled posts. Guess what? There are certain posts that are already automated. It takes, a few hours at the beginning of the month, but then the rest of the month and the rest of the next 2 months or something like that, it's already scheduled, it's already processed, and I don't have to worry about it. These are just examples that I want to help you kind of modify, okay, and really kind of implement. This is just some of the things that I struggle with, is realizing consistency is the key behind achieving those larger goals. So guys, I just want to share that with you guys. Again, just make sure that you are able to input some of this stuff and implement this in your life. Guys, have a good one and enjoy.